Welcome back to this live session for the second session of the trading week. We had seen a very dramatic movement in the market. The previous session was a complete break of this uptrending market structure on gold, and then now we have seen there is a again return back in the direction of the trend. So in this session we will be focusing on finding again potential entry, while also we'll be looking at some of the trade that we have opened and what is the education behind the trade. That being said, guys, this is another trading day looking at here. And if you are enjoying the live session that we are doing every single day, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Here is gold that you can see. Now I'm going to do a full multi-time frame analysis before we look at any entry in this market. So stay tuned for that. Make sure also, as I mentioned earlier, guys, like this stream if you like it, and also anyone haven't subscribed yet, you can do so to stay ahead for all the updates that I'm posting, including the live session analysis as well as education that I'm posting every day. Now looking at here on gold, that what we can see in this market, looking at the monthly chart, first of all, to see that overall picture in this market. Now from the monthly time frame, it's a long-term bull market, and in that long-term bull market from the monthly, we can see this market has created significant bullish price action from the monthly with a bullish trend continuation here in that area. So you can see that a move, correction, a move, correction, and you can see that it's in another impulsive phase in that market on gold. And with that impulse on the monthly on gold, we can see the price from this monthly support level showing up to be that it's a bull market, and you could see the price to continue to rise back to the upside here to create a new higher high in that market. So dropping down to the weekly, which is, we can see that back to back quite a few weeks strongly bullish. This is the 9th week that gold is bullish. Are we going to see a pullback here? It's still showing up that it's still bullish. So we see still no sign of any deeper pullback in this market. So if you look at, this is a 3 candle on the weekly, and there's another 3 weekly candle, and followed by another 3 weekly candlestick pattern has created here, which is showing up to be bullish in that market. So that being said, here this is the weekly market where the price in that support level from the weekly has created this bullish price action, and which is showing up to be that the market to continue to rise back here from this weekly support level. So lower time frame, we have seen few breakup structure that has given momentum now. And if we look at the daily, today's price so far, as coming up later, a speech that will of course potentially giving us significant move, and we'll be looking to see the 3:30 a.m. in my zone Powell will speak, and that potentially very soon picking up on the market. So if you look at the daily price action on gold so far after the previous daily close, what we can see, it's a sharp bullish trend. It's a sharp bullish trend, and in that sharp bullish trend, the market is maintaining an uptrending market structure. From here, we can see that a clean bullish impulse to the upside here in that market, where a support level, a key support level here, and in that key support level, the market has made its move back here in that area. So this is where there is an important support, and from here, with that support, the price has created an upside momentum here. With that momentum on the daily, the price so far from this daily support level started to bounce off that zone that we have seen earlier today in this market. So with that daily support that you can see in this market, expecting that this market there is a daily fair value gap, if we look at, has still not been tested, but are you going to see a daily fair value retest? That we'll be looking at also the lower time frame in that area. Now this is a bullish market, so any drop down here, if we look at the 4 hour here now, this is where earlier we have seen the market drop to that, in that support, penetrated back below. Now this market structure that created the previous sessions doji had attribute to it, guys. This is what I always emphasize, and that's what we looked at in the past also. In all our trade, the same kind of possibility. Now you see that there is a buying previous, we saw there was a buy alert here according to our indicator, and with that buy alert, the market has made its movement back to the upside from this support level to that high here. And with that movement, the market has reached that key level where there is a high area of value, and as the market reached that key level, area of value, and we can see from that zone there is a straight drop back to that same liquidity zone. The price tested the same level, overextended back below, and then rejected back again to the upside here in that market. So that being said, now the current session's low is here, and with that current session's low, if we look at, the market has tested that low and created this initial move back to the upside here, which is nearly to 200 pip. Initially we have seen the market has reached that 200 pip move here in that market, and currently from that support level created this move back to the upside here. So that is where from the 1 hour perspective, the price action currently in a zone where the possibility for weak fill to the upside. This is what we're looking at. There is a red candle. This 1 hour drop to that key support level is a stronger liquidity trigger. So the market structure now aligning with the long-term trend in this market. So looking at the 15 minutes, we can see the price slowly building a structure for potentially to cross this high here. Now 4 hour level is here, 1 hour support is here, maintaining that series of higher low in this market, in fact, and we can see the price is maintaining this series of higher low here. And because the market is maintaining this series of higher low, if you look at series of higher low, and with that series of higher low formation on gold could potentially move up and then fill that long wick, continue to rise here back above, and then crossing that high. So the possibility for here the market to remain bullish is up. So that is where you can see the market is showing up here, that this is a support. The market is maintaining that uptrending market structure, and in that uptrending market structure that you can see the price from this support level, it's now possibility that the price to go up and fill that long wick. Just where we see the market in fact drop and create liquidity sweep, that we can see. If you look at here, you can see this is a stronger liquidity sweep in the market from that liquidity zone, and that liquidity sweep that we have seen the price has created in that area has again we saw there was a drop here, and just few minutes ago we opened position in that area, if you guys looked at, and we secured in one single move 120 pip move. That's also you'll be looking here what was the trade that we have opened. If you look at the most important part, as I mentioned earlier, at any time frame that we are trading, is this is the zone that we looked at when we open position in that market. So this is a complete trade that was sent out also in the premium group for those who are following us. So bringing that up here for another potential move. So the trade was sent out in the premium group, and my TP initially that I have sent, this is the trade that I have, and also I have shared in the VIP premium group where other members are following those trades. Now if you look at that, the stop loss and the take profit target, the take profit was much more higher, and if we look at the sell entry at 4131.90, now that is what we used the entry for. If you look at 4131.90, now why did we enter at that level? Now looking at stop loss above this high, and we secured that 120 pip on this single move back below. Now look at this time frame and how the market structure was created. Especially smaller information can give you a really great edge in the market. Now see this 30 minutes price action. What was the reason behind the trade? Now this works almost all the time if you know exactly how to do the timing, right? Now 30 minutes candle was here, 30 minutes candle at this level when the trade was executed. When the 30 minutes candle in that price level at 3131 level, what do you see here? Look at the top, from a very stronger liquidity zone, the rejection back below here in that market. These are very important information for entering any trade that you will be opening. So previous session in this market, there was a very unusual breakdown that we have seen, has dropped to this key support level, and from that support that we have seen again the market has rejected back below, and that's where the entry. Because it's universally bull market, we have seen that short-term sell has given that momentum back below. And if you look at the 5-minute chart, what kind of price action, you can see that with this breakout, a consolidation pattern, but the market was creating strongly bearish price action here, and that's made that market to move back below here in that area on gold. So at the moment where the price is heading back to, let's understand it. Now with a single move, you can see it's straight 120 pip, nearly to 120 pip, depending on whether you have entered mine in that area, and straight hit that profit. Now we had bigger profit target for the same trade, because it's a short-term move. That's why the management of trade coming, we have taken out of the trade, and later we saw there's a pullback again back to the upside, and we didn't take that move back again, because the market is, the trend is very important to look at. We can take some trade for very big move, we can trade short-term move. 120 pip on a single trade within 5 minutes time is in fact what we want to achieve from that trade, as this is a short-term move on the lower time frame. So when we trade the segment, that means that in an uptrending market, short-term downtrend from the breakout structure, this is a very important lesson to look at. Do not expect a very big trade, because the market will reverse at any point in time as to return to the major direction of the trend. And you can see it's now on a sideways or in a consolidation, and it may reverse again back up. So which direction now we are expecting as the speech coming in few hours? So if you look at later today coming up speech, and that is speech is another market mover. Welcome. So what's your expectation on this speech? Hello everyone, thank you very much. So on dollar yen, we will be looking at in another window, dollar yen as well. I think it can go down to fill the gap. Gbpusd pullback. Welcome. So that's where we can see the market is showing up, and we can see from that level the price has rejected back below in that area. So looking at the market structure, if we look at on the lower time frame, that this is where series of lower high in that area, that you can see the market is maintaining this series of lower high, and with this series of lower high formation, the price action is now breaking that low in that area. So looking at the long-term picture, if we look at the bigger picture perspective in this market, it's a long-term bull market, and the price action is showing up to be bullish here in that area. So looking for the market to see where the price action is heading, you can see series of lower high. It's in a long-term trending market. In that series of lower high, what we are looking at for the price to potentially break further low here, grab the liquidity, and then to continue to trend back here to create a new higher high in that market. So looking at also the lower time frame, if you look at the 1 hour chart, this is a long wick candle where expecting the market to break that support and then to reject back again, as long-term trend is bullish, and we only look for buying opportunity in this market. Welcome. Okay, so we can see the price on the support level where there is a high area of value, and in that support expecting the market to break below further, to retest that support and then to return again back above in the major direction of the trend. So this is where there is a consolidation, and in that consolidation pattern expecting the market to break further below where key support level, and from that support expecting it to bounce back up as the market trend is significantly bullish. Now always keeping a bigger profit target with a proper risk management is the secret of trading big all the time, guys. This is where every trader feels. You see that most traders come here in the beginning, it's very hard. It's because of that reason, not knowing how the market moves. Trading psychology is a big part of trading. If you are a trader who is beginner, can you share your trading experience, how long you are trading? Now if you are a complete beginner, then probably you don't know, but if you are an experienced trader, you know that it takes to become a consistently profitable trader. If you trade in the right direction, in the right time, in the right way, not more than 3 months. Guys, not more than 3 months to become a consistently profitable trader, as long as you have the right trading psychology. Right trading psychology is the key to become a consistently profitable trader. So how do you develop that right trading psychology? How can you develop that proper trading psychology that you need to trade the market every day? The right trading psychology comes from knowing that how trading works. How trading works? This is the question that I ask over and over again. While we are learning that here, let's understand, because for those who are watching, definitely you want to be a profitable trader, or you are a profitable trader, or you have been profitable trader, probably you miss some of the middle area. Let me tell you guys. And what I'm telling you, everyone will agree. For those who are truly profitable trader, right? Look at the Mark Douglas. Okay, go to the Jesse Livermore 200 years ago, and now modern times. If you are trading on an institutional trader, everywhere, and I have shown you already, right? Let me bring that up, and then you'll see that how the real trading works. This is how real trading works. You see, that's how exactly the real trading works. You need to take a bigger win 2, 5 times, even 3 times may not be a very good win for you. So what do I mean by 5 times? If you are trading fixed lot, then before you start trading, you are ready to fail. Don't trade fixed lot. The first step is to make sure that you lose consistently. What do I mean by lose consistently? See the trade that I have opened, look at the losses that I made, and look at the wins that I gained. This is just been shared. $397 minus, $392 minus, $432 minus, nearly to $440 minus. There is a consistency in it. What is that consistency that you can see? The consistency is that same amount of loss, nearly little bit adjustment due to the spread gap or like that. So for each trade you have to lose same amount, and for each trade you have to gain much more than your loss target. See those wins? 5 times. 5 times means that if your risk is $100, you have to have a profit target $500. If your risk is 20 pip, you have to have minimum profit target of 100 pip, 120 pip, 200 pip. Look at this trade that I have opened here. This is a real trade using our system that I have already shared many of the details in the group. This trade opened at 4049, closed at 4079. 300 pip on this trade. And when it didn't work out, this trade, look at this one here. How many pip? The trade was open at 4052, closed at 4049.62, straight cut there. And that's where the management and trading psychology. How can you achieve that? Through learning to use the lot size. Proper lot size based on your risk percentage. If the stop loss gap is smaller, bigger the lot. If the stop loss gap is bigger, smaller the lot. To adjust the risk percentage always in the same place. Now you can see that here you can look at the lower time frame here. The market is breaking down, and in this live session, previous day, you guys have seen that we open position. Now you don't have to all the trade in the same way. What you need to do is take the trade in the major direction. Let the market get push back or push up to your profit zone. Move enough and then take profit. If you think that the trade will revert back, or if you have difficulty in managing the trade, then move the stop loss at entry. Let the trade run for itself. Now what you can see here in this area, this is where the 4-hour chart, we will be applying the same concept, same strategy, so that you can take the same trade at the same time. Now looking at here on the lower time frame, look at this 15 minutes and the 5-minute chart on gold. It's now just breaking out of that trend line that you can see in that area. So with that break of this trend line, expecting the market to drop further back below. Now slowly breaking that support, which is, you can see the market is coming down in that area, where approaching that level. And 4-hour chart, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, which is a very important support level, expecting the market to test and then return again back in the major direction of the trend. So this is the lower time frame price action, where the price on the support level, and it's breaking that low, which is a zone that we are looking to see the market to retest and then revert again to the major direction of the trend. That's why the price is approaching that support, where coming to that level, and in that support area, this is the key support level that we are looking at. The price is approaching that support level, and from that support, where we are looking at this market to reverse again back in the direction of the trend. And this is the level that we are looking at here in that market, for the price to test and then to return again back in that area to create a potentially a rejection back above here in that market. So looking in that zone where there is a high area of value, and the price now tested that low, expecting from this test of this low for the price to potentially reject back again to that high where there is a high liquidity. This is a very important resistance zone, and with that resistance level, the price from this support level expecting it to bounce back here to that key level. So we are looking at here on the lower time frame for the price to test and then to return again to the direction of the trend. So looking back in that area where there is a support level, and in that support level the price to potentially return back up here, and we see the price after break of this low getting the rejection back again on the lower time frame, and it's a long-term bull market looking at for this market to potentially retest back up in the direction of the trend. We're looking at the 15 minutes close coming with a potentially rejection, and I'm going to prepare now a potential entry for this possible upside bias here to create a new higher high in that market. Here is the market structure showing up. There is a massive fair value gap. We will be looking at, first of all, for the first move that we can see in that area, where is the price is potentially to be heading back here. So from this support that we can see, the market is maintaining this series of higher low, and with that series of higher low formation, expecting the price to break that high to the upside for another potential rejection back here in that market. 15-minute chart, we are still not entering. We will be looking to see the price to test that low, test that support, and then to return again back above here in that market. So this is where looking to see the price to test and then potentially to return back to the upside here in that market, which is a very important key level here in that area. So there is a, if you look at, here's a weak fill, and I'm going to enter here a buy from this area with nearly to, in that area, nearly to 80 pip to 90 pip stop loss, expecting the market to potentially retest and then to reject back again to the major direction of the trend. This is a long-term uptrending market, and we'll be looking to go long for a potential rejection back above here in that market. So I'm looking at here for a potential bounce back to the upside to the major direction of the trend. $4120.08 is my stop loss here. So we'll be setting TP target at this level. expecting the market to potentially return back in the major direction of the trend. So we place the third trade for the day and looking for a potential rejection from this key support level. I'm long on gold and it's a entry by market and expecting it to return again back to the major direction of the trend. And what we will be doing here is expecting a bounce above here for nearly to 100 pip or less, and then to reject back again below or continue to rise here. So if we see the first move back to the upside with nearly to 100 pip, we can take that trade partially, and then the rest of the position we can keep running for further profit target or further movement in the market. Here is on a key support level. Now the market is still can come back for a deeper liquidity sweep, so we are fully managed here in case the market is coming for a deeper liquidity sweep. There is news coming later. The market could do many ways, but here we are looking at that potential rejection back here from this zone to the upside to create a new higher high here in that market. There's a candle close here with a bearish candlestick pattern, but this is a very important support level. And on the higher time frame, if you look at the 4 hour, it's the 4 hour low is being broken, and from here waiting for another rejection back to the upside here to this intraday resistance line. And I'm looking at here for this market to potentially to return back in the major direction of the trend. We see some upside coming. Are you guys ready for any movement back to the upside from this level? And which is that very important to look at this market to possibly to return again to the a key resistance line here. And the price action from here is showing up to be upside in that market. And here's the doji. What we are looking at in the doji, the market to potentially to rebut again back here to the upside in this market. So there is a lower time frame potential bearish price action, and 1 hour market structure just has tested the previous hourly low. 4 hour just breaking that session's low. This is the session's low here. And it's a significantly bullish market long term, and expecting it to reject back again to the major direction of the trend here. So you can see some reaction coming from the buyers to potentially to retest that high. Welcome, welcome. If you're enjoying the live session, guys, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Okay, I'm running in profit here, and this is what we're looking to see the market to bounce off that level where the price is potentially heading back up here to this key level where the market is expecting to return again back to the upside here to create a potential new higher high in that market. Breaking out here from that level, which is nearly to 15 pip, and expecting to fill that fair value gap in that area where there is a, this is the current fair value gap here in that market. We see there is a liquidity sweep and the market has created that inverted head and shoulder, which is now breaking above to the upside here to create a new higher high here, potentially to cross that level. And if the market is maintaining this inverted head and shoulder, you could see the price to potentially to return back again to the major direction of the trend. That's what we're looking at. That's where our entry, and we want to see the price is giving us the enough decent profit here before we take out any position. You guys have seen that in our previous trade that we have, how we have done, and that's what we are looking at. This is where our goal here is to find that best trade and let it run. All right, so we had a great feedback from that strategy that I'm trading. You guys have seen in the live session as well. This is the previous trade was sent out, and one of our members just posted privately, which is good to hear that some of the things. No, thank you, may get profitable now. Thanks so much, appreciate everything you do. Okay, so good to see that members are getting an incredible benefit. No, thank you, may I got profitable now. Thanks to you, appreciate everything you do. 5 out of 5 successful trade. Now understanding strategy is key, right? 5 out of 5 successful trade, which is what important to know, that to build confidence, guys. It's all about building confidence. It's all about creating a neuro connection in your brain, right? You can see the market is moving as we expected, but at the same time, how can you build that confidence? How can you make that belief inside you? All right, so which is important to look at. How can you build that neuro connection in your brain that will show up what is happening, right? You can do that, right? Say yes if you think that you can do that. Before you say yes, also make sure you like this stream. I see likes is still much more less than the view. So if you haven't liked this stream, if you're running the trade, say yes in the live chat. You're running the trade, and we do open quite a few live trades along with many other trades that we post in the channel, right? All my trade, every trade that I open, we can see that market structure. Okay, so where there are some, you can see this is where the inverted head and shoulder formation, the market has created that inverted head and shoulder and then rejected back above for new higher high. So what you see is what you can see. The TP here we set at 4148 level, but we might manage the trade earlier. We'll see that how much it will go, how much it's gonna go, and then based on that we will be managing the trade accordingly, right? 5 out of 5 successful trade. And what you see now on the screen, guys, how many of you see that the trade that we opened, once we open, started to move in that direction? It's moving in that direction, right? All right, so it started to pick up. This is not only one trade, but also the strategy is very important to look at. Now, I have opened with a stop loss, guys. Don't open any trade without a stop loss, right? It's important that when the trade alert that I opened, the trade I opened works most of the time, but please don't open without a stop loss, and it's important, otherwise it will wipe out your account. So make sure you do that, and always trade based on strategy. How many pip up we are now? The same trade I have posted in the premium group as well. Now we are up 50 pip. The previous trade just a couple of minutes ago we have opened 120 pip. I have already shared in the premium group the trade detail and also the profit setup, right? That trade that was opened in the premium group. The previous trade just a couple of minutes ago before this one, sell trade for short term, 100 and here you can see nearly to 100 pip depending on your entry, because we multiple account. We sold at 4132.94 straight away in just a matter of 5 minutes. Closed the trade at 4123 with this profit target and 120 pip depending on your entry. Now at this level you can see it's maintaining that reversal pattern formation here in that area, getting some rejection from the high after the 50 pip move. Come on, we don't want to catch that move back again. So you see that nearly to 56 pip, and 4-hour chart, this is the 4-hour time frame, expecting it to reject back again to the major direction of the trend. From the 1 hour, it's a long wick doji, pretty long wick doji, and breakup structure here. So waiting for a breakout. Now, as soon as the market managed to create a new higher high here, as soon as the market managed to break that high here, creating a new higher high, we will be simply moving the stop loss here. I'll be taking 80% of the profit and moving the stop loss here for this move, as the market may move a lot back to the upside here in that market. You're running in profit, keep running in profit. Let's wait for the market to potentially to reject back again to the direction of the trend. So this is where, if the price is going to hit that level or breaking that high, the possibility for bigger move is very, very high. I'm still holding on to that position, didn't take any profit yet out of this trade, as it already moved to nearly from the entry to 55 pip, and the possibility to remain upside is still higher, though you could see the deeper liquidity sweep here. There's a 5 minutes doji in this area. So that doji, looking to see the market to react back again. Welcome back to this live session. This is what we are looking at in this market, for the price to potentially to return again, where there is a long wick candle which is showing up to be now. This is a long-term bull market. You can see there is a multiple rejection here in this market. So if the market breaks to the upside here, we could see the bigger move back in that area. This is what expecting. There is a doji formation. I'm still on that the notion the price to possibly to return again back here with an order block formation, and then to trend in the direction of the trend. There's a breakup support now. Pretty long wick candle here in that area, and from this long wick, that waiting for the market to potentially to cross back up. Where is the long wick candle, expecting it to reject back again. Here is the 5 minutes price action. And with this doji, if we see stronger rejection back, we can expect the market to trend back again to the upside here and crossing this recent high, which could give significant move. I'm still holding on to that. And with this long wick candle, once the market start to trend, we could see the price to continue to rise back here to create a new higher high in that market. crossing back to the upside and expecting it to trend to create a new higher high here. We see the price slowly building a head and shoulder in the area, expecting it to this 5 minutes candle closing with again another long wick doji, which is we are still on the profit area and would like to keep that that zone as the market is forming long wick candle in that area with this potential inverted head and shoulder, expecting it to cross that high in this market 5 minute chart. There is a long wick and getting the rejection here. This is where the market is supporting here, and from that support expecting to return back again to the major direction of the trend. Lower time frame price action again has formed another pin bar, which is showing that the price to potentially trend continue to rise here to create a new higher high in this market where there is an inverted head and shoulder. Once the market managed to break out, it potentially to go back up to this recent 4-hour level, which is the liquidity zone, and I'm still holding on to that, waiting for a bullish breakout or bearish drop possible for short term at least, but still we are on that zone and the edge is here. So this is what we need to look at, guys. When we see the market in this edge and the price is waiting for a potential breakout or breakdown, make sure you do the risk management, place the stop loss and wait for the price to show up a clear directional bias. It's on a very narrow range as coming up speech in few hours. That is the primary reason why the market is creating that structure here in that area. So would like to place a pool here at the moment. What do you think the market, which way it's gonna break out? So this 5 minutes candle, you guys can see that the current 5 minutes candle would like to see that it's closing in that support level. So what's your opinion on the current gold price action? So I posted a poll, and let's see that. What do you think? The market going to bullish breakout or bearish breakout here in that area? What's your opinion here in this market? So it's from this support creating a series of higher low, showing a potential for still showing up to be possible bullish breakout. So 83% think that bullish breakout. So we are in the right in terms of the majority of what you guys are thinking in that area. So catching that move back to the upside here, waiting for a possible break to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. You see there's a 5 minutes green bullish candlestick pattern formation here, and that is also showing up to be potentially to be bullish here in that market, and waiting to see the price to go ahead and create a new higher high in this market, which is potentially showing up to be the market to cross that high. We are up in that uptrending market structure where the market showing up to be bullish, and lower time frame we can see there is a breakout crossing that high, creating a new higher high here. Welcome. We can see the market slowly making its way back here, which is showing up to be in an uptrending market structure, and you can see the price has formed quite a few long wick rejection in this support level where there is an inverted head and shoulder formation, and wanting to see the market to continue to rise back up to create a new higher high. We see there is a initial breakout here, so we are currently running on again from the entry to nearly 22 pip. We saw previously 56 pip up and a return back. The market structure showing up to be possibility to break to the upside. Are you guys excited? Now we see that it's breaking above again, and which is what we are expecting with the breakout. If because the 4 hour is bullish, the market may straight shoot back to the upside. How many of you are with this trade? I would like to see here in the live chat. Say yes, we trade live and we open live. This is what we are looking at. say yes in the live chat if you are with this trade. And also, before you say yes, make sure you like this stream to the highest. And also, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, you can do so for exclusive education analysis, as well as more information on joining our premium academy. You can also stay connected by joining the Telegram, and also visit the website www.forextradingwizard.com, where we have few positions opened to take into the mentorship program, which is ending very soon. Currently almost nearly to the end of this 95% off joining, which is almost free of charge, as this is where the real trading happens. You guys see all those trades that I opened this week, previous week, here is moving up, right? So how many witness this trade now? We are almost nearly to above 50 pip again with this trade. Yes, anyone else? So yes, would like to see this crossing back. Now if it is breaking out of this trend line, right, as soon as the market will break 3134 level, we can move the stop loss at entry. So 3134, crossing that high will be a zone that you can look for. Come on, there is another rejection here. Now that rejection, what it wants to say, from the 1 hour, there is a possibility for, this is a pure liquidity grab, and this might be news candle. Alright, so might be news candle. Let's see that where it is heading. I'm still holding. I'm not going to close it. Smaller profit and the possibility for return again higher. As if you look at, this is the 1 minute candle, very long wick, and as a breakup structure, and that's a pretty big breakup structure from the 4 hour, potentially to grab more liquidity here again, and that might, we see that rejection coming potentially here. Price failed to create a new higher high, but we will see that where it's a pretty sharp breakdown, and it's almost to the support level. So it has crossed quite a few sessions low. Now here we need to see, being a little bit of patience to see that what the market is trying to do. It had a sharp rejection from the top, And if we look at the intraday time frame here, there is a, from the 4-hour, this is the previous session was pretty long bullish doji formation here, and this session so far we can see the price has tested this multiple times, potentially coming for deeper pullback, as from this high the market so far has that rejection back below, and I try to test this support now, and we just need to wait to see where it is heading. It just straight drop back below, so that's why this is where the market potentially to drop further back below. So you'll be waiting to see how far the market is coming. If you look at the daily chart, it's almost, as the news coming up, it's a pretty volatile day, and to this daily support level from the 4-hour chart that you can see, after crossing of this high, it potentially to test that low again and then to return again back above to the upside here. So we'll have re-entry again. From this re-entry, the major trend here is up, so there's a complete break below to this support. So looking at the bigger picture, tested this is, there is an order block here in that area. It's a pretty big order block, and this market structure that you can see here, this is in this area, it's showing that possibility to be bearish. So we might see that there is a fair value gap, which is the price is slowly dropping down to that fair value gap, which is to this support level, and waiting for the market to come down to fill that zone and then to return again here in that market. So we might see little deeper drop until you see that reversal pattern formation. You will be waiting for an entry back here to the upside. So the candle close, and in this area with the candle close from this support level, this is a currently there is a breakup structure, and that might bring the price well below here to this long-term support. Now 30 minutes candle close with a bearish engulfer here in that area. You can see there is a liquidity soap. So the market created currently a downtrending market structure, and there is an imbalance. So it failed to create a higher high. Instead, it has completely broken below for new lower low here in that market. So because it failed to create a higher high, created a new lower low in that area. So the possibility now for the price to potentially create a double bottom here is higher. So you might see that the market to pull back here and then continue to trend, because it finally formed a head and shoulder, and from that head and shoulder it completely rejected back below in that direction here in this market. So we can look for short-term sell with little increased risk for so that we can take that potential move back below here in that market. So I'm going to open short-term selling opportunity from the level. This is a currently bearish price action here. The possibility to break below is higher, so we'll be looking to sell, keeping the stop loss above this high again for this move back below with around 60 pips stop loss, and keeping the TP target below to this support level. The market trend is down, so you might see that potential continuation back below here in this market. So I'm short on gold again for this move. Let's continue to drop. There is a breakup structure, and this will be basically will give us the previous trade back again. There's a fair value gap here. Downtrend again, continuation, and continuation back below, expecting it to drop down further, which is breaking down here. And with this trade, our aim here is to take the biggest move possible in that direction before it potentially to reverse again. As you have seen in the past also, there is a sudden reversal. Here is the market on this. This is an order block here, and in that order block, expecting that this is the lower time frame price action to possibly to break that low. And as there is a fair value gap on this lower time frame, if you look at the 15 minutes, here is this is an imbalance in the market, and as the market started to drop, we would like to catch that move back below, which is downtrend here. As you can see, the price is potentially to show up to reverse back below, breaking that low. That's what we're expecting. It's breaking above. Okay, so they tested this support as a resistance on the lower time frame before the 1 hour candle close, that you can see and so tested the support as a resistance, can expect a new lower low. With this one, we want to I have a little double risk on the previous one to take that move back below, and would like to see that the price is scratching that down, breaking that low here. The price action here is bearish, so we could see that the price to come back potentially for an order block retest. And the trend is still maintaining to be downtrend. This is where we are at. The trend is still maintaining to be downtrend, and we could see the market to continue to drop down here to this support level. And you can see there is a weak fill that possible to break that low potentially in the direction of the major trend. So there is a bearish move here, expecting this market to possibly to fill that zone. Now, we wouldn't see the market to bounce off that level. And 5-minute chart. This is a significantly bearish price action that has created. The market structure showing bearish, and you can see there is a double top breaking back below, and this is what we are at for the market to trend down and potentially to continue to drop further. Are you guys with me with this trade? This is the second one. The first one didn't work out. The second one, we would like to see that the market to come back down here to create a new lower low. And this is the 1-minute price action also showing up to be bearish here, and which is showing up the market is maintaining this downtrend, and it has crossed that low. 5 minutes has crossed that low, and I'm waiting for this break below. If it is trying to bounce off that level, okay, so you can see there is a lower time frame, some rejection coming here in that market, which could bring that price to test below further. The price tested the order block, and okay, coming down, moving down here, that the price to possibly to return down here. Maintaining this downtrend, and I'm still holding on to that for the possible break below. Boom, that's what you wanted to see, that the market trend. And anytime I'm going to close, and I'll give a shout out that I'm closing, so you guys know that I'm closing. And this is gonna be pretty good move once the market break below further. So currently I'm at 74 pip up in profit. Depending on your entry could be different. And waiting for the breakdown here for bigger profit target in that area, which is breaking below that. You can see the market trend down, or cracking that low, and anytime we will be able to, we are ready to exceed once we see the market enough has dropped. Still there is a possibility for downside. Downside possible still for another new lower low. Okay, I'm taking profit right now here. So I'm taking profit right now here. So you're taking the profit, taking the trade off, and where the market is currently showing up in that area. So to be that the price to potentially to come down here to that support, and so it's getting rejection from the higher price again, which is sign that it potentially continue to drop further downside here in that market. So what's your status with this trade? Let's go. Yeah, that's what clear bear. You have taken that, right? And looking for more entry short after while, as today pretty important day coming, and we might see, you guys have seen there is potentially some fundamental change has come in the market due to the many of the fundamental news coming later, and speech coming from Chairman Powell. That's where the market is moving, and you can see it's a locally trending market and could continue to move. And this here, if you look at the daily, again the market has dropped down to the below the daily support level. So this session I'm break even. What's your thought on that? We see that doji, which is significant trading. Here you can see this is a long week doji rejected from the higher price. Again on the 4-hour chart, also getting the rejection from the higher price. So this 4-hour candle, if we look at, we can see that there is a rejection from this price. And if we look at the market as there was a rejection from this all-time high, and we see that few attempts from the buyers, the market failed to create a higher high. Instead, we can see that it is coming down here. Now, the possibility, which is one probability, that the market to break this daily bullish fair value gap. So if you look at below this daily low here, there is a bullish fair value gap. Now previous, you can see this is the daily candle, bullish candle, and also there is a previous swing high here. The market has come that far. There is a fair value gap left the market here, and in that bullish fair value gap, here the price to potentially to fill that zone with a spike coming potentially, as there's a news coming. And this is where, if you look at the all-time high in that area, and from the all-time high there is a stronger rejection, followed by narrow doji, followed by another rejection from the higher price on this market. So there's an imbalance. Possibility now to fill that wick and then continue to drop is higher in that market. So we see that a very high potential for a downtrend continuation, and we'll be looking for more entry. Whenever it's going up, it's getting rejection. So currently the recent high, okay, so this is a trend line on the 1 minute chart, and any break of this trend line along with the 5 minutes new higher high is we can look for selling. This is where any break above is now a potential for selling. So it turns into a lower time frame bear market, and that might now possibly to break 4089 again, and it's turned to a bear market, and the market potentially to break below to this 4089 again, which is very important to look at to see the market is doing in the same way. This is a liquidity sweep here that you can see, expecting to trend down here to this support level. That is where the market to come back, test this key level, and then to trend again. Welcome back to this live session. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session that we are doing every single day. Make sure you like the stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. It's maintaining the downtrend. So you might see now possible pullback, but this market is still downtrending, and we could see continuation back below. This is what we're looking at, and coming up later we will be looking to see that the price action showing. If you guys look at later speech coming from Powell, and that definitely will have some impact in the market, and looking to trade based on that, looking to enter based on that, and based on that we will be looking for further entry opportunity in the market. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live session. I'm coming on live every day twice to trade the market, and in this upcoming session there could be further trading opportunity coming, as tomorrow also very important day. Later we will be also looking to trade the speech coming, and during that time period the volatility. That being said, thank you for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon trading live in another session. Until that, stay well, stay happy.